Hello everyone, welcome to another session of cyber coding. In this session, we will be learning everything about Python variables. We will cover everything entirely about variables in Python, the complete topic. So make sure you watch this video till end. I will make sure you understand all the examples. So let's begin. So let's start with the most basic. What are Python variables? Variables are containers for storing data values. So what are variables? Variables contain data value. For example, x is a variable, letter alphabet x is a variable and it stores the value 1. So 1 is stored in the variable x. X stores the value 1. Okay. So how is a variable created in Python? Python has no commands for declaring a variable. A variable is created the moment you first assign a value to it. So you don't need a specific line or a specific command for declaring variable in Python. You can declare a variable in Python anywhere you want just by assigning a value to it. Okay. So next is example. X is equals to 5 and y is equals to John. Print x and print y, the output will be 5 and John. So let's see. Okay, so I have typed the code. X is equals to 5, y is equal to John. Print x and print y. Now let me run it and it's going to be output as 5 and John. 5 and John is printed. So next is variables do not need to be declared with any particular type and can even change type after they have been set. Now just suppose you are coding like Google has 2 billion commands and Facebook have some 60 million codes and Google has 2 billion lines of code. So in this line of codes, programmers what they usually do is if they have already created a variable with x is equals to 4 and they don't have much time to search where that x is equals to 4 is created in which line in those many lines, then they simply do is they create another variable by assigning different value to the same variable, to same x they have assigned different value. So in that case, Python is going to print the most recent value which is assigned to a variable. Like for example, I'll show you x is equals to 4 and x is equals to cyber coding. Cyber so I'm sorry I have messed it up. And x is equals to cyber coding, and at the bottom I'm going to say print x. Okay, so hopefully it must run. So alt plus shift plus F10, I'm going to run it. See, I have assigned x is equals to 4 at the beginning of the line and x is equals to cyber coding. What Python is done is Python has printed the most recent, most latest variable print x which has the value, most recent value of the variable x. So let's move ahead. So what is casting in Python? If you want to specify the data type of variable, this can be done by casting. Okay, so example is x is equals to str. This is the keyword of string and str in the bracket is 3. and y is equals to int, integer is 3, and z is equals to float, in the brackets it's 3, and the comment in the side is x will be 3, y will be 3, and z will be 3.0. so I have just created comments to make sure that will be the output, just for making it clear for you people. Now let me code it and show you to you. X is equals to str3 and y is equals to int 4. Let's just change the values. We already know the answer, so it will be more better if I change the values and show you. And 45, let z is equals to float will be 45. So let me just run it and show you what the output will be. Oops. So print x, y and z. See, as you can see, I have written print x comma y comma z. I'll teach you about that of printing statements, how they can be used, how the variable, how what are the types in that. But for saving the time, I have written x comma y comma z instead of writing print x, print y and print z, making it more lengthier and boring. I have written print x, print y and print z, and in the same point of view I have got the output, which is print 3. So x is equals to str3. 3 will be the string and 4 is integer, and float 45. It has changed 45 into float, and float is nothing but decimal number, so float will be 45.0. so these are the outputs of our desired code. Now let's move ahead. Now we'll see how we can get the type of the variable. So get the type, you can get the data type of a variable with the type function. So let me execute this code, it will be more easier for you to understand. X is equals to 5 and y is equals to John. Now I will print the type of x. So what Python is going to do is it's simply going to print, if I type here print me the type of x and y, Python will print me the type of x and y, and the type will be, if it's string it's going to give me string, and if it's float or integer it's going to give me float or integer. See, as you can see in the output I have got class is int and another class is string. So type x, what's the type of x? X is equals to 5. So what's the output? X is equals to 5. 5 is an integer number. And the second statement, print the type of y. What's the y? Y is John. John is a name, so John is a string data type. So this is how get the type and type function works in Python. So do we need to use single or double quotes? String variables can be declared either by using single or double quotes. So it doesn't matter, it's up to you. If you want to use single quotes for declaring a variable value, it's up to you. And if you want to use double quotes for declaring a value inside a variable, then it's up to you. The result is going to be the same, it doesn't show any error. So what is case sensitive? This is very important. Case sensitive, variable names are case sensitive. So variables are case sensitive in case A to Z all the alphabets are not sufficient for you. You need more variables to create. So in that case you can use small a and capital A. So let me show you. It will be more easier if I code it and show you. And capital A is equals to code. As you can see in the first line, it's small a is equals to 4, and in the second line capital A is equals to cyber code. So in the third line I have asked Python to print small a, and in the fourth line I have asked Python to print me capital A. So what Python is going to do is Python is going to print me small a 4 and capital A cyber code. Yes, Python will print me both the values, because Python is case sensitive. All the variables are case sensitive. Small a is going to store one value and capital A is going to store another value, so the values will not be overwritten. So let me show you. Alt plus shift plus F10. Let me run this. See, as you can see in the output I have got 4 and cyber code. So guys, let me move ahead towards in the depth of variables, variable names, and what are the types of variables and how they are used. So Python variable names. Variable names. A variable can have a short name like x and y, or it can be more descriptive also, in case you don't want to mess up. So you can give it a bigger name so that you can remember which variable name holds which value. So for example, the descriptive name can be age, car name, or total underscore volume. So there are certain rules for creating Python variables. A variable name must start with a letter or the underscore character. So the variable name which we are declaring a variable, that must start with a alphabet with a letter or an underscore character. If the variable name starts with a number, then it's going to give you an error. So let's move ahead. A variable name cannot start with a number. As I have earlier told you, a variable name cannot start with a number. It must start with a letter or an underscore character. So next point is, a variable name can only contain alphanumeric characters A to Z and underscores. So the name can contain alphanumeric A to Z, 0 to 9 and underscore, but it shouldn't start with a number. The number can be between the variable name, it doesn't matter, but it only contains A to Z, 0 to 9 and underscore. Variable names are case sensitive. So AGE, as you can see over here, small a, small g, small e, comma, capital A, small g, small e, and capital AGE. These three are three different variables in Python. So example are legal variable names. How in the types where Python variable names can be created, these can be allowed in Python. My, var, my variable. So it can be created as simple like this, and by giving an underscore in the between, you can give my underscore var is equals to John, or else you can list the variable name like this: underscore my underscore var is equals to John. You can also write it as my capital var is equals to John, or else you can also write by giving it full caps myvar in all caps and John is equals to John, or else you can also write it as myvar2 is equals to John. So these six are six different variables created in Python. If you write it like this, so it can have an underscore in the middle, it can not have any underscore and any number in the middle, it can have only letters, it can have underscore in the beginning, it can have, the variable name can have a capital letter in the middle, and the variable name can have all the letters in capital, and the variable name can have number in the end of its name. So all these conditions are allowed in declaring variable name in Python. So what are not allowed in Python? Illegal variable names. Illegal in the sense these will give you an error. So in the first line you can see it's 2 myvar. So 2 is a number and Python is going to give you an error because variable names cannot start with a number. And in the second line you can see my, it's a small hyphen over here, and var is equals to John. So Python is going to give you an error in the second variable also because hyphens are not allowed in declaring a variable name in Python. And in the third line you can see my space var is equals to John, because this will also give you an error. This third variable name is going to give you an error because space is not allowed while declaring a variable name in Python. So these are the possible examples which can create variable names, and the possible examples in which the developer might get a mistake by adding 2 hyphen and as empty space while creating a variable name. And also you must remember that variable names are case sensitive. This is a very important point. You might mess up if you don't remember this. So what's ahead? Multi-words variable names. Variable names with more than one word can be difficult to read, and there are several techniques you can use to make them more readable, such as, let's see, multi-words variable names. So variable names with more than one word. So like you have seen in the previous examples, myvar, let us consider that as one word. That is very easy to read. But if you create myvar underscore is my first variable and etc etc etc, if you make the variable name bigger, then it can be difficult to read and rectify later. And the next point, there are several techniques you can use to make them more readable. In such case, like there's a camel case. Each word except the first starts with a capital letter. So camel case is these are the cases which makes reading the variable name easy and more readable. That's it. So in the first case we have camel case. In this case, each word except the first starts with the capital letter. So my, this first word does not have any capital letters, whereas in camel case the first word doesn't have any capital letter, and the second word variable, the first letter of variable v is a capital letter, and the third word name, the first letter of name n is a capital letter. So my variable name is equals to John. So my variable name is a variable which is created when you assign a value John to it. I think I am clear. So let's move ahead. Pascal case. Pascal case, each word starts with a capital letter. In this Pascal case, each word in the word my, m starts with a capital letter. In the word variable, v starts with a capital letter. In the word name, n starts with a capital letter, is equals to John. My variable name, this whole variable assigns a value John to it. And snake case. In this case, each word is separated by an underscore character. In snake case, my underscore variable underscore and name. So in this snake case, we don't have any capital letter. In fact, each word is separated by an underscore character. So this makes reading very easy. Python variables assign multiple values, many values to multiple variables. Let's see how it works. Python allows you to assign values to multiple variables in one line. So let's see how this works. Example, x comma y comma z is equals to orange, banana, cherry, print x, print y, print z. So variable x, y, z or z, you may call it anything, it doesn't matter, it doesn't change the variable. Okay, so in the first example, x comma y comma z is equals to orange, banana, cherry, in which orange is stored in the variable x, the value banana is stored in the variable y, and the value cherry is stored in the variable z. Now when I ask Python to print me x, y and z, Python is going to print me orange, banana and cherry. So let's see how it works. Let me show you in depth. Y comma z is equals to, I hope I don't end up messing up. You can also write it as print x, and in the another line you can write it as print y, and in another line you can write it as print z, and you can also write as print x comma print y comma print z. This is going to give you answers in a linear form, output in a linear form. So see, as you have seen, I have got output as x orange, y banana and z or z as cherry. So this is how it works, and it can also work like this. Let me show you. I can also print all the values like this. I hope I don't end up messing it. Okay, so Python has executed and given me output. After executing the code, Python has given me output as orange, banana, cherry. As x comma y comma z are in the same line, I have got the output in the same line itself. Let's move ahead. Now remember these notes and note it down. These are very important for you. Make sure the number of variables matches the number of values, or else you will get an error. This is a very simple thing. Now if I assign variable x is equals to orange, y is equals to banana, z is equals to cherry and a is equals to apple, and I ask Python to print me x comma y comma z, and so Python will not print me a apple. So you must make sure you assign equal number of values and variables, one value to multiple variables, and you can assign the same value to multiple variables in one line. So in this example, x is equals to y, so y is equals to z and z is equals to orange. Now when I enter print x, print y and print z, now when I run this block of code, Python is going to print me orange, orange and orange 3 times, because orange is assigned to the variable x, where orange is assigned to the variable y, orange is assigned to the variable z. So all the variables contain and have the same value. Now I am so lazy to type all separate print characters, so I'll just type it like this, and you can see as in the output I have got cybercode, cybercode and cybercode 3 times. So this is how one value is assigned to multiple variables. Now let's see what's next. Unpack a collection. If you have a collection of values in a list, tuple, etc., Python allows you to extract the values into variables. This is called unpacking. So unpacking is very interesting in Python. If you won't understand it theoretically, so I might need to give you an example. So example is unpack a list. Fruits is a variable which holds apple, banana and cherry. Now I will assign fruits to x, y and z, and after that if I print x, print y and print z, Python is going to print apple, banana and cherry in separate lines. Let me show you how unpacking works. Fruits is equals to square bracket apple, comma banana and cherry. So here I will assign x comma y comma z all are equal to fruits, and next I am going to print x, and I am going to print y, and again I am going to print z. So as I have told you, the output which I am going to get is apple, banana and cherry. So what happens in this case actually is apple, banana and cherry. These three are the values which are stored in a variable fruits, and fruits is stored in x, y and z. And when I print x, Python prints me apple. When I print y, Python prints me banana. When I print z, Python prints me cherry. So this is how unpacking a list mean. We will learn more about unpacking in our Unpack Tuples chapter. So guys, we have a very long journey ahead in learning Python completely. So don't worry, I will teach you everything in depth and detail. We will have a separate chapter for Unpack Tuples. Okay. So what are Python output variables? Output variables. The Python print statement is often used to output variables. To combine both text and a variable, Python uses the plus character. So this will be a very easy topic. I'll show you what this actually means by using an example. Example is x is equals to awesome. So x is equals to awesome. So the value of x is awesome, and awesome is stored in x. When I say print, oh my god, I've messed it up. Okay, so when I say Python cybercode is plus x, see, or I might need to give you a space over here, or the shift plus F10, enter. Okay, okay, so here x is, oh please move, hello man. Okay, x is equals to awesome. Awesome is stored in x. X is the variable. The value of variable is awesome, and print cybercode is in the double quotes plus x. So Python is simply going to print cybercode is plus the value of x, awesome. So the output is going to be cybercode is awesome. Well, thanks for it. In next we can see that you can also use the plus character to add a variable to another variable. So these are very interesting things, you might need to understand it. That's it. Not Python, sorry, cyber code is, in the next line I'm going to assign y as amazing, and z is equals to x plus y. Next I'm going to print z, alt plus shift plus F10 and enter. Cybercode is amazing. So I need to give a space over here, that's it. Alt plus shift plus F10. Okay, so guys, you can also use the plus character to add a variable to another variable. So the x variable holds the value Python is, and the variable y holds awesome. So I can use plus character to add x plus y, to add the variable x plus y to the now x plus y, these two variables are assigned to the value z, and now I can simply print z, which is going to give me the output as cybercode is amazing. Okay, so the plus character in the strings work as by attaching two values of variables whereas for numbers the plus character works as a mathematical operator. Okay, so first I'll see y is equals to a random number and x will be, so I'll tell you 8789. so all I need to alt plus shift plus F10. So let me see, yeah, so I have assigned 8789 a random number to variable x and 548 a random value to variable y. Now I'll ask Python to print me z is equals to x plus y. Now in the next statement I'm going to say print z. Simply the output is going to be 8789 plus 548 is going to give me 9337. Now there's one more important thing you need to remember while assigning values to the variable x. If that's a string, then you must write that string in double quotes. Like for awesome we have written awesome in double quotes, and whereas in this example I have written 8789 without double quotes. For writing the integer values or float values you don't need double quotes, whereas for string values you will need double quotes. Okay, and if you try to combine a string and a number, Python will give you an error, obviously, because Python can't perform such operations, guys. Okay, I have assigned x is equals to a random string value and a random integer value and y a random string value. So z is equals to x plus y, print z. Python is going to give me an error. See, Python has given me an error. So in next we are going to see Python global variables. Variables that are created outside of a function, in the examples I'll show you, are known as global variables. Global variables can be used by everyone both inside of functions and outside. So example, create a variable outside of a function and use it inside the function. So x is equals to awesome. Def my function, it's a function. This line is a function and the variables is created outside the function. X is equals to awesome and print Python is plus x, and I'll end my function over here, and the print statement is between these two function statements. Okay, I don't know if this is going to work. I hope I don't end messing it up. No, I am doing good. Print cybercode is plus x. My function. So let me see if this works. Yeah, this is not going to work. So in my function I have got an unexpected indent. Okay, Okay guys, no issues. Let's move ahead. If you create a variable with the same name inside a function, this variable will be local and can only be used inside the function. The global variable with the same name will remain as it was, global and with the original value. Example, create a variable inside a function with the same name as a global variable. Okay, so what a global variable actually is, I will print it as x is equals to awesome, a variable x is equals to awesome, and def my function x is equals to fantastic, print python is plus x my function, and print python is plus x. So python is going to print in the first line, output is going to be python is fantastic, and in the another line python is going to print me output as python is awesome. So next example is the global keyword. We are going to learn about the keywords in very detail, in very depth, so don't worry. Okay, so the first keyword which we will be learning about is global. The global keyword, normally when you create a variable inside a function, that variable is local. So let me take this my broken code as an example. This is my function, where my function begins and where my function ends. In between I have print cybercode is plus x. Normally when you create a variable inside a function, that variable is local. Now if I create a variable over here, y is equals to AWESOME awesome. Okay, so I haven't given double quotes, but that doesn't matter. I'm just explaining you, I'm not executing the code. Y is equals to awesome. This y variable is a local variable, and if I want to create, and this will only work inside this my function. Okay, to create a global variable inside a function, you can use the global keyword. Now if you want to create a global variable inside a function, all you need to do is you need to type global as keyword. Global is the keyword to create global keyword. Example is, if you use the global keyword, the variable belongs to the global scope. Now def my function global x, in this x is fantastic, my function ends here, and out of the function I write print python is plus x. So x is fantastic, and x global is a global x fantastic is a global variable. X is a global variable because it's declared after global. So this can be printed outside my function also. Also use the global keyword if you want to change a global variable inside a function. Okay, example, to change the value of a global variable inside a function, refer to the variable by using the global keyword. Now outside the function, x variable is equals to awesome, and my function global x, and x is fantastic, and the global variable x is fantastic, my function. So by print python is plus x. Now the global keyword is fantastic, python is going to print me fantastic outside the function also. This awesome is replaced by global keyword fantastic, so the output is going to be python is fantastic. So this is the end of the python variables session, guys. Hope you all have understood. If you haven't, you can feel free to ask me doubts. I'll provide my email address very soon. You can email me and ask me the doubts and anything for the clarification. You can also comment me so that I might clarify with an example by giving you more examples and coding it with live coding uh, to make you more clear, to make the topic more clear and easy and understandable. Okay guys, so thank you for watching this session. So this is how python variables work, and variables are declared, the types of variables, what all I have completed and covered everything with respect to variables, and nothing is left over. Thank you guys for watching this session. Hope you all have enjoyed this session and understood it. And okay, bye. Thank you for watching this session. I'll meet you in the next session. Thank you.